We got some former great leaders of this department in the audience here today. I see Bill Anderson. Thank you for your leadership. Mike Stepner. Which century was? I'm sorry. Thank you for your incredible leadership over so many years in this city. So we got those two. Actually, my assistant chief of staff is a former deputy director of planning in the city of San Diego, Alan Jones. So thank you, Alan. As you know, the head of Development Service Department recently took a new position at the in Chula Vista as, I always forget this one, Community Development Director. Kelly Broughton, we thank him for his service. And we have an interim director, Tom Tomlinson. Thank you for taking over that responsibility. Now, many of you know that during the recent mayoral campaign, I made a big deal out of the fact that I thought folding planning and development services together was not the best thing we should do as a city. And we need them both. I just thought that that folded together was not the right path. And the only really major reorganization we're going to do in my administration, I think, is to not only separate them again, but have with the former planning department to have a more central role in all of the in the development efforts that we're underway. That is to put issues like livability and pedestrian friendly and community development, economic development, affordable housing, and public transportation at the center of our efforts to look toward the 21st century. And so we're going to separate them out again. I wanted to have a whole reorganization which includes that, and we'll announce that in a couple weeks, since we will have basically a development of services, and our tentative name, and you guys could get to vote on this, but we're tentatively entitling the new division. I want to get Planning and Neighborhood Restoration Department. Planning and Neighborhood Restoration. It's a blah, huh? I had all kinds of names, but we'll see. It's still in process, and we're conducting searches for new directors for both of those, and I want to announce one of those directors today. Does anybody have this on their desk? It's called Guide to California Planning. I don't know, these guys who wrote it, it's, they're in their, 18th edition or 4th edition? Anybody read The Regional City by Peter Calthorpe and William Fulton? Very important book. Anybody read? If you haven't read these, you're in trouble by now. Romancing the Smokestack, How Cities and States Pursue Prosperity by William Fulton. The guy who wrote all these is going to be our new Director of Planning and Urban Restoration. His name is Bill Fulton, or William. How do we call you? What do you call you? You're the mayor, right? Okay. I've heard that before. I think many of you know his name. On any list of urban planners, he's at the very top, one of the 100 most influential urban planners in the nation, etc. I mean, all these lists. And I think, and the reason why I bonded with him immediately is he's not only going to inspire the city in general with a vision, he's going to inspire all of us and all of you who work for him and with him. He's an inspirational figure, which is what I was looking for. I mean, anybody could administer anything, right? But we need we need inspiration, vision, leadership, a sense of where we're going. And I want to say a new morale in our departments, because city employees have taken a real beating over the last 6, 7, 8 years. We want to change that in general. I mean, the day of vilification of public employees is over. We're thanking all of you for doing everything every single day. We tried you know, we're trying to say that in words. We're trying to, you know, we had an opportunity for the first time in 6 or 7 years not to cut any positions in the budget, which is just approved yesterday. And I tried to make sure that we would have a long-term contract where you could see some light at the end of the tunnel. That is the negotiated agreement, which is just approved by the City Council, is a 5-year agreement. It restores in the first 3 years the cutbacks that we had made in your salaries, ends all furloughs, and has openers, for, as what we call them, that is a chance to negotiate some good pay raises in the 4th and 5th years of the contract. I would have liked to have done more for the employees. The political situation is such I think we got a pretty good deal, but we're changing the attitude and the compensation thank yous that we should do for all the employees. So we thank you for that. In particular, in the department that you are a part of, we're going to have Bill Fulton's leadership and vision and creativity. As you know, he's had a long career already. This is going to be, though, the capstone. I mean, he's been a journalist, he's been a researcher, he's been an author, he's been a college professor, an entrepreneur, a small business owner, a consultant. He's also been a mayor of Ventura, California. So he knows what I have to put up with, and hopefully it'll make that easier for us. He currently is the Vice President for Policy at a group called Smart Growth America in Washington, and he's a principal in one of California's leading planning consulting firms. He has helped communities all over California and the nation to make the transition from traditional suburban development toward what we call smart growth approach that focuses on vibrant, walkable neighborhoods, sustainable and equitable economic growth. And that's where we are in San Diego. For however it was, for good or for bad, the kind of sprawling development that we have had in San Diego with, you know, suburban communities basically connected by freeways, we're at an end of that anyway. I mean, the space is gone. So we're going to have to look at new ways. And urban development and restoration of neighborhoods is our key anyway, and we wanted to do it in a creative, smart way. He was a city council member and a mayor. He championed in Ventura the passage of an all infill general plan, revised growth management system, innovative effort to incubate high-tech businesses in downtown area, all of which are, you know, are issues here and continue to be. Many of you know all his books that he wrote. He has graduate degrees in both journalism and public affairs and urban planning. And I would like to present to you the new Planning and Neighborhood Restoration Department Director, Mr. Bill Fulton.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And thank you. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody in the Development Services Department who turned out today. I want to thank you for all of the great work you do. Kelly, thanks for leading the department. Tom, I look forward to working with you. I also want to a couple of quick thank yous. Thank you to the Mayor for this incredible opportunity, the opportunity of a lifetime. I want to thank Nelson Hernandez for texting me one day and saying, hey, do you want to be the planning director of San Diego? My old friend Nelson. Just a couple of other personal thank yous, and then I'll say a couple words. I want to say thank you to my niece, Kat Fulton, and her fiancé, Matt Cross, residents of Hillcrest, coming out today to support me. I want to thank my professional friends, Mike Stepner, Bill Anderson, and Howard Blackson, for supporting me as we got ready to do this. And I particularly want to thank Bill for walking into the room with me today to maintain the confusion and the mystery till the last minute. So thanks very much for doing that. You know, it's very hard to follow the mayor. He's such a great off-the-cuff speaker. I did write a few things down, so I'll try to be conversational about this as I talk about this. You know, I cannot tell you what a privilege this is, what a surprise, and what an honor this is. It's terrific to be here. San Diego is a great city. I look forward to working with every single one of you. I look forward to getting to know every single one of you. And as I was thinking about this challenge, I was thinking about how, you know, San Diego is a great city in large part because It has a great tradition of city planning and city building, all the way starting with the John Nolan plan of 1908. And no, Mike, you didn't work on that, right? Yeah, oh, you did work on it, okay. All the way from the creation of the John Nolan plan all the way up to the most recent planning efforts with Mike, with Bill, and with my good friend Gail Goldberg. San Diego has always used planning really, really well to guide development in a way that is both visionary and practical. And that's what I try to do, that's what I pride myself on, and that's what I hope that we all can do here, is to be visionary and practical at the same time. And as the mayor said, one of the most exciting things about being here is that San Diego really has transformed itself in the last 20 years into a cutting-edge 21st century city. That we've seen the revitalization of downtown and the close-in neighborhoods. We've seen, I was here over Memorial Day weekend to meet with the mayor. I rode the entire trolley system that day. And I was pleased to see how much transit-oriented development you're getting. So San Diego really is becoming truly becoming a city of villages. But there's so much more that we have to do in planning, in neighborhood restoration, as we're calling it, and in collaboration with DSD. We've got to continue to work on alternative transportation, walking, biking, and transit. And as I say in my work at Smart Growth America, this is not to force people out of their cars. This is to give people choices in the way they live, and affordable choices. We have to continue to build on the success of the light rail system to create more transit-oriented development, again, so that people have choices. They have housing choices and transportation choices, and choices that they can afford. As I've gone around the country advocating for Smart Growth America, I've found that people often choose to bicycle, they often choose to ride transit, they often choose to live in certain locations in certain kinds of housing because that is what they can afford, and because that is what makes sense for their life, and that's what we need to support here. And I have to say, having worked at Smart Growth America on some of the recovery from Hurricane Sandy in New York and New Jersey, and having formerly been the mayor of a beach town, I have to say that another thing that we must do, and I know the mayor is with me on this one, is we have to increase San Diego's resiliency in the face of these unprecedented challenges, such as the possibility of sea level rise and severe storms. Any community near the coast, anywhere in the country, has to place a high priority on that. And perhaps most important, as the mayor always says, we have to move the transition away from this very, very auto-oriented city as an opportunity to provide new opportunities for everybody in the city and to bring prosperity and sustainability to every single neighborhood in the city, including those that have not so far benefited from those. So I look forward to working with all of you on this challenge. As I said at the beginning, San Diego has an extraordinary history of city planning. I am so proud to be a part of that now. The Development Services Department does a terrific job of assisting applicants, and I think that's a great tradition for the Development Services Department to continue. The planning function, as the mayor said, has been diminished in the last few years, and I have been saddened to see that from my observation point. And what I'm here to tell you is, I'm here to restore that proud tradition, and I'm here to help restore the city's planning capacity so we can meet all these challenges. Now, this is going to be a lot of work, right? We got to roll up our sleeves and get this done. And it will require all of us in planning and in development services to be at the top of our game to do it. We're going to have to make sure we got to find a way to update the community plans on a regular basis. We got to find a way to actually finish them. That would be a start. And we have to make sure that those community plans are then implemented in the form of the private real estate investments and the public investments in every community and every neighborhood. Now, this shouldn't slow down permitting because we want real estate investors to invest in our community. But we want them to get quick decisions so that they know where they stand and they know that they can move forward. But this process will connect community plans more closely and connect day-to-day development decisions more closely to the overall vision of the city. So I want to say thank you to Mayor Filner for his leadership on these issues and for his unaccountable faith in me. I can't quite figure out why he has so much faith in me, but I'm glad he does. It's a tremendous opportunity, and I'm grateful for it. And I just want to say in conclusion, if we do succeed, then San Diego will once again have a planning department that every resident can be proud of, and that is useful to every resident. And we will have community plans and implementation tools that will lay the foundation to move San Diego forward toward the goal of becoming, very simply, the most prosperous, sustainable, and equitable city in the world. And the reason that that's important is don't forget the purpose of planning. This is something that my friend Rick Cole, who is the mayor of Pasadena and the city manager of Ventura, always said. The goal of planning is not to create great plans. The goal of planning is to create a great city, great neighborhoods, great communities, and great places. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're all here to do together. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to do this. I look forward to getting to know all of you. I look forward to the planning department working collaboratively with DST to get things done. And I can't wait to, I think I better get off the stage now because we got to start and get working. So thank you very much.